Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Wednesday, December 30th, 2020. Happy holidays to all of you and Happy New Year. This is a story I brought to you guys several months ago. I don't know why I didn't get an update or a notification for the said information I'm about to bring to you, so please forgive me. It's dated November 19, 2019. If you need verification for the storyline, please log on to wglt.org. Cynthia Baker convicted of murdering boyfriend girl's death. Cynthia Baker was convicted Tuesday of murdering the death of her boyfriend's 8-year-old daughter who died from internal injuries prosecutors attributed to blows Baker inflicted to the girl's stomach during ongoing and severe abuse. Baker lowered her head and cried as the verdict read, guilty of murder, guilty of aggravated battery of a child, guilty of domestic battery, and guilty of child endangerment. The jury of 8 women and 4 men deliberated about 5 hours over 2 days. Baker will be sentenced February 3rd. She is eligible for life in prison because the jury found the murder to be heinous and with wanton cruelty. Rika Roundtree died in January of peritonitis, a condition caused by ruptures of her intestine, according to the testimony from forensic pathologist Dr. Scott Denton. Baker's own daughter testified she saw her mother kick Rika twice in the weeks before the girl's death. State's Attorney Don Knapp deferred comment until a press conference Wednesday at the Normal Police Department. We respect the jury's verdict, but are looking forward to an appeal, said Todd Ringel, Baker's defense attorney. The state's evidence presented during 3 days of testimony last week included disturbing video of Baker and her boyfriend, Richard Roundtree, abusing the child. Normal police collected the videos from Baker and Roundtree's cell phones after her arrest in April. The frail girl is depicted in the family apartment in Bloomington, where she was forced to hold cans in her outstretched arms for prolonged periods of time. Baker banged the girl's head against the wall and slapped her naked body during a video recorded by Baker and shared with her boyfriend. Richard Roundtree condoned Baker's abuse of the child, according to text messages shared with the jurors. The couple exchanged complaints about Rika and their mutual desire that she lived somewhere else. The abuse was so commonplace, the couple's other children walked past Rika without notice as she was being harshly disciplined. Assistant State's Attorney Erica Reynolds said Monday in her closing remarks to the jury. Rika was battered and abused in front of every kid in this house, said Reynolds. In his closing argument, Ringel asked jurors to consider Rika's ability to attend school the week of her death, something he said would be unlikely as she was critically ill. The video showed Rika at the family's Bloomington apartment from April to September 2018 and do not include any images after the family moved to a new home in Normal in December, said Ringel. Ringel conceded the videos depicted the domestic battery of Rika described in charges, but they don't show aggravated battery or murder. The defense called 3 witnesses during its case Monday, all staff from 3 schools Rika attended until her death 12 days after she was enrolled as a 3rd grader in Prairieland Elementary School. The teacher, a school nurse, and a teacher's assistant recalled no concerns about Rika's health. One witness noticed Rika's hair was unkempt and her clothes were inferior to those worn by Baker's daughter, then a kindergartner. Baker and Roundtree were initially listed as defense witnesses, but those plans changed Monday after Roundtree handed over to Normal Police a letter he received from Baker during a weekend jail visit. According to Assistant State's Attorney Mary Knowles, Baker urged her boyfriend to lie and take the blame during his testimony. He never testified. And that is that information coming from WGLT. So this child was abused. This black man was dating this white woman who obviously didn't abuse her other children that we know of, but she abused his child by a previous relationship, and this child was in this man's custody. There was allegations of abuse and other negative things. If I'm not mistaken, the article I brought you all before, there was something about drug use and them mistreating the child or just abuse in general, and I think the state may have been involved before. So here this man taking care of his child with other children, with this white woman, and this lady abused his child, and he condoned it. They have text messages to prove it. They have video proving they both allowed this to go on, the abuse. The father condoned this behavior of this woman abusing his child, and you might as well say he did it too, because what difference does it make? You're allowing someone to abuse your child, you're filming it, you know of it, The woman asked you to lie in court, and it states here he never testified, but he got 8 years in prison for his part in neglecting his own child. 8 years is not enough. Because, see, you allow this. You condone this behavior with this woman. And how in the hell could you bring somebody here, your child, and abuse your own child, and or allow someone else to abuse your child? This is insane to me. But as you see, this lady was found guilty of abusing this baby, and the baby later died. The young girl died. And it's just sickening to me to know that this type of abuse goes on in this country. And you hear all these stories of the state being involved at 1 time, 2 times, and yet they continue to let the children live in the said home. It's just ridiculous to me. But as you see, she was found guilty of murder, guilty of aggravated battery of a child, guilty of domestic battery, and guilty of child endangerment. And the jury deliberated 5 hours over a 2-day period. Ruptures to her intestines. This is insane to me. Insane to me. And this child is no longer with us. And sickening that other children were in the household witnessing this abuse, never going to say anything to anyone that the child was being abused. No one at the schoolhouse noticed anything indifferent about the child, just that her hair was unkempt. How about that? But you didn't notice anything else wrong with the baby, with the young girl. Oh, they noticed her clothes weren't up to par as the kindergartner child that belonged to this heathen, Miss Baker. How about that? Isn't that interesting? Several children living in a home. One's being abused severely, sent off to school, hair not combed, no decent clothes, but the other children looking okay. You see, if you see something, say something. But I'm glad she was found guilty. As I state, she will be going to court February, it says in the said article, to get her sentence. So I will bring you the said information. It says Baker will be sentenced February 3rd. She is eligible for life in prison because the jury found the murder to be heinous and with wanton cruelty. And wanton cruelty means just that it was deliberate. It was deliberate. No accidents, no falls, deliberate, intentional cruelty that went on and on and on. Prayers to this family, prayers to the mother of this baby, because I'm sure she's in a terrible place knowing that this man raised her child with this woman, and now her child is gone. And I don't know all the dirty details of what happened in that said household with the father and the mother, the biological mother, because there are allegations of abuse, I think drug usage between the two, and while they had that child, and then he moved on to raise his kids with this woman here. But nonetheless, the child is dead now. The child is dead. She's not coming back. There is no do-over once the child is dead. So this is why people need to stay woke. I know a lot of people don't like to get involved in other people's personal affairs, but you can't cry wolf later and start spinning webs and stories of things that you notice after the fact. If it seems disturbing to you or out of place, why not say something? But as I say, people don't like to get involved, but they sure like to give the 411 or the 211 after the tragedy has occurred. Thanks for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. Be safe out there. Stimulus checks are on the way, so hallelujah. The House has voted to up the ante of $2,000 for the check. We will see if the Senate will pass that. If not, you'll just be receiving the $600 check. Paper checks have been dispersed today. Direct deposit yesterday. You should be seeing your money by next week. Thanks for joining me. God bless all of you. I will be back and going live tonight with a hot topic. So join the queen on every day. Shenanigans. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.